Do the right thing! Bring back!
Protester planned over the demotion of a popular South Bay principal. Her supporters say a move to preserve graduation for seniors during the pandemic may have cost her that position.
Do the right thing! Bring back Miss Peralta!
Miss Peralta, no!
All we're saying to the district is make it right.
Mary Rose was the first Filipina to be a principal.
She was recruited in the Sweetwater district, I think 20 years ago, from the Philippines.
Systematically went up the ranks as a teacher, but an exemplar teacher.
She was this vivacious, just energetic, just very confident woman.
I know she's very passionate. She cares about the students. I could see that. I think that is her #1 passion. She is beloved and she is well respected and she is really good.
She really was the first Filipina to move up the ranks.
Was a teacher, became ASB Dean of Activities, assistant principal, principal at Granger Middle School, then to Chula Vista High School. I don't know if you're familiar with Chula Vista High School, but that is a hard school.
There's a challenge with Chula Vista High School is that it's a creative performing arts school.
And so she was faced with all kinds of issues that the school had to deal with, you know.
As a result of that, she asked questions like, what are the things that she needs to do as a leader and to lead the school in terms of the changes.
So she was a fighter for her school, but she had a handle on that, and she worked really hard for that.
The fact of the matter is she received an Educators or Administrator of the Year from the Association of California Schools Administrators is a testament that she is a good administrator.
New controversy tonight in the Sweetwater Union School District involving the removal of the principal at Chula Vista High School.
When I first heard about Mary Rose going down to the middle school, I was shocked.
The Sweetwater School District says the principal's transfer to a middle school was routine.
Next thing we know, she's gone. She's changed from her position from Chula Vista High School to Chula Vista Middle School.
I don't know what happened in the Board of Trustees.
I'm aware that she has been transferred, and many of the faculty members are extremely upset.
If there is any hidden agenda why she was moved, that is normally not good for kids.
When the news was starting to come out, it's just reading it all frustrated. Like, why would this happen? What was the reason?
She was a positive role model for students. I have seen her works. I've been involved in my role with some of the educators, and all the students loved her.
I am so proud and I'm very happy.
We just couldn't believe what happened, and we were trying to put all the pieces together. And
Mary Rose did nothing wrong. She didn't do anything wrong, only what was good for her kids, her students at her school.
Okay, she's Woman of the Year, she's Administrator of the Year, she's like Teacher of the Year. I mean, what other decorations do you need? And when I found out that she was publicly demoted, I couldn't understand why. I automatically went towards what the hell happened?
At that point, we said, we know we want to meet with the superintendent.
We need to be able to rally and say, wait a minute.
What was important is that they need to understand that our roles are important to our Filipino community.
We're going to go to the front of the Sweetwater Union High School district offices. And we're going to grab our t-shirts and our signs too.
So I got involved with the Mary Rose Protest because I know Mary Rose. And Mary Rose was one of the founding faculty members of the Filipino school. And I know she felt humiliated because I felt humiliated because I know her. This wasn't good, and I knew I had to engage.
Chula Vista High School is about doing the right thing. And guess what the district did? They did the wrong thing.
I don't want our community to continue to be looked upon as weak. And I refuse to sit here and take it.
All we're saying to the district is make it right.
We need to be loud, and we need to make our voice very clear. And So we got on a bunch of Zoom calls and called the people that we knew that cared enough and were in the know, and we engaged.
It's up to us to step up and lead the change and be part of the change and not wait for others to take care of us.
To support an overall cause that supports the Filipino community. You look at myself and Assemblymember Gloria, he's a Democrat, I'm a Republican. I think we can come to a level of agreement that we want to support the Filipino community as a whole, and we want to make sure that those individuals who are wronged are righted. And that's where we come to agreement with each other and we can work together despite our differences on policy or politics.
You know that if it's elevated to situations where Chris and I are hearing about it, you know you better pay some attention because there's something real going on. And again, I think that that's the responsibilities that we have. We can build upon this situation to make sure that we have a larger voice, representative voice. We know for our community there's still so many more that are left to be done, and that's why we can't be complacent. That's why we can't allow situations like this to be swept under the rug, because we're still breaking ground.
There should be about 200 cars from the Filipino-American community of San Diego grabbing their shirts and their signs, and there should be people, volunteers out front where they'll go and tape up stuff on your car, and we're gonna do this caravan around, I think it's about a whole block.
Several cars filled with community members as well as students are taking part in a drive-through protest outside the Sweetwater Union High School District headquarters.
Bring back Ms. Peralta! Bring back Ms. Peralta! Do the right thing!
Ms. Peralta, no! We want her! No! Ms. Peralta, no!
It's a drive-by protest to show our support for Principal Peralta, and a lot of her students and a lot of the Filipino community came here together today.
So we're here to try to get a statement from the district, to try to get some sort of response to see what the next step could be.
Who do we want? When do we want her?
And after I saw the petition, it had over 8,000 signatures. We got over 2,000 in the first 24 hours. I mean, if that doesn't send a strong enough message, I'm sure this one does. We all stand in solidarity with her.
Activism in our community show that we can be unified. It's really important.
To decide to be silent and impartial is to decide to be complicit. But we have choices. We can choose differently. We can choose to educate ourselves and our community, and we can choose to make our presence felt. We can choose to continue to matter in this country, or we can choose to pretend like we're being guests of the United States rather than people who belong in the United States, whose culture and whose presence need to be acknowledged and need to be respected.
I think it's important to have that point of dialogue with the community, and it's been missing. And I'm in a position where, as an acting superintendent, I don't know that I can make that as a permanent. But while the time I'm here, I do have that commitment. There's a lot of history that's shared with the Filipino community, and in my particular case, the Latino community. So I think there's a foundation to build upon.
I really thank you for listening to the sentiments, that you can see the pain, and everybody here are feeling. So thank you very much for listening to that, and I know you understand. So we're looking forward to be working with you in the future.
I didn't even know what was going on. Certain members of the community started to tell me, have you seen the petition? Are you listening to the board meetings and all the comments? And I have been humbled. I felt the love of the community for me.
We launched a successful protest, and we're not done. The important thing is that we engaged and we showed the powers that be that, look, you're not going to do this to us because you feel like it.
There can be a story, there can be an individual that captures people's attention. When something bad happens, we tend to be able to organize together.
The one motivating factor in all of that is we are all Filipino. We're all going to put aside either political differences or misunderstandings or whatever the case may be to support an overall cause that supports the Filipino community.
We have the ability to stand up for one of our own. Because if you can't, then who will?
There's 200,000 of us in this community. Imagine if everybody just signed up and got in the know. That's serious power. Like I said earlier, Bayanihan is the solution to everything, to all our problems.
I am grateful to the Filipino community, to the Filipino-American community. As much as I was kept in the dark with a lot of things, after I found out, I am humbled and because I do not want to break the trust of a community who really showed in more than in words, in action, how much they believe. I'm grateful. Thank you.
This documentary has shown the importance of being engaged and involved within our community and knowing that you are there and we are here for you. So in order to do that, we need you to be involved with the Filipino school, to stay informed and sign up for their information.
I would encourage you to take the next step. You have heard this story, you've watched this documentary, but we as a community must come together and harness this energy to make sure that we stay informed and we stay active. So please sign up for regular updates from the Filipino School, from our honorary consul. Let's make sure that we are a connected community that is well informed and engaged. If we do that, I think anything's possible for our local community.